Hi there. Over the next few months, we are working on rethinking and retooling the processes, the classes, and the ways that we help people to connect to the church and to grow in their walk with the Lord. You know, a few months back, I had a family who came to Pastor Connect, and they expressed interest in wanting to attend the Vineyard 101 class. And I could just see the look in their eye when I told them it was going to be almost 3 more months before they could attend. And, you know, we just don't want that to happen. We want people to get connected to the church quickly and easily. And we also want people to begin to grow in their walk with Christ and to grow in their relationship with the Lord and grow in relationship with one another. So we're going to be building out some brand new teams in the church to help people get connected quickly, to figure out what the next steps that God has for them, and to do that in relationship with other people. And we want that for you too. So in a moment, Roger Sadsad's going to unpack some new volunteer positions that we're making available and teams that we're building, and we would love for you to be a part of that.
So let me explain this next step team that we're developing. There are several roles, positions on this team. The first is a next step guide. So the next step guide is the person who comes alongside each person as they start this process, helps them figure out kind of a plan. They're going to sit down and do a grow as you go plan, try to figure out what their next steps are, help them walk through what those are, and make a commitment that at least for the first 6 months that they would check in with them at least once a month. And so really no one is falling through the cracks. No one is sitting around waiting. Is a pastor going to call me? And then waiting sometimes weeks, maybe even months. But we really want to make sure that each person feels loved on, is cared for, and isn't falling through the cracks and gets help taking their next step. So that's the next step guide. The other role is next step connectors. So there's several different types of these. There are some that will be out in the lobby at each of our campuses who are proactively out there looking for people to connect with, help them start this process. They're really just the front line of this whole thing. There might be some who are connected with people on social media through our Facebook groups and things like that. There might be some who are connecting via email or over the phone. And so those are next step connectors, really the front line of this whole thing. Then there are next step facilitators. So all these classes that we're building, really we need facilitators to run all of them. In the past, we've had pastors leading a lot of them, and we will video some of that content, but we really want to have, we really think that there's talent in the church, that people who are equipped to, gifted to be able to facilitate these classes, and so we want to build up that team. So next step facilitators. We're building a 5-week call team. So if you're not familiar with that process, that attendance book that we hand around on the weekend at each service, the primary reason we hand that around is really, it's one of our pastoral care systems. When a person hasn't signed that for 5 weeks in a row, they get assigned to a 5-week caller. Right now, that's a pastor. And the pastor calls and doesn't say, hey, we haven't seen you in 5 weeks, but hey, how's it going? Is there anything we could be praying for you right now? And quite often when we call those people, it turns into an opportunity that we can respond to in terms of pastoral care, in terms of praying for them. Well, we really want to unlock that and have a whole team of volunteers doing these 5-week calls. And the other team that falls in this next step deal is the hospital visitors. So right now, all of our pastors are assigned a regular rhythm of going and doing hospital visits. Pastors will continue doing hospital visits with those, that we have relationship with, who are in our ministries. But we really want to, again, unleash an army of volunteers who are going and just loving on people, caring for people who are in the hospital. So as we continue to grow and we have more, our congregation in some cases, is getting older, we have more people in the hospital. And so because we're pretty spread out, we could have people in Liberty, we could have people downtown, all over. So we need really an army of people who are willing to go and love on people, visit people, and pray for them in the hospitals. There are other opportunities as well. If you're computer savvy, we need people who can create and manage process queues in our database to kind of help manage all of this behind the scenes. We need people who are, just with the social media, who are comfortable connecting with people there, doing these email campaigns, running people searches. We want to look for people who are kind of disconnected, who are unengaged, through our database, and find people that way, and kind of proactively going after those people and helping them get connected, helping them take their next step. And there might be things that we, frankly, aren't even thinking about, that you have an idea on how we can connect people, how we can help them grow, how we can help them take their next step, how we can make them feel cared for. And so we want to hear from you. If you have any ideas on how we can expand this Next Step team and be a part of that, then we definitely want to hear from you. So want to introduce you to Carrie Knuckles, who really is going to be your first point of contact for this Next Step team. You'll be getting emails from her and emailing her. And so here's Carrie.
Hi, I'm Carrie Knuckles, and I am super excited to be a part of this journey and the creation of this new team we have going. The reason I am is because I have a big passion for making sure everyone is in their place, doing what they're supposed to be doing, their calling with God. I really believe we have a spot for you here, and whether that be serving, whether that be your classes, both, whatever it is, we want to help you do that. So if you have any questions, if you have any input, any insight, if you feel in your heart that one of these spots is really for you, please reach out. We want to help. So just send me an email or send one of the Rogers an email, and we would love to hear from you. And I'm super excited to be working with you.